Hello everyone. Today in this lecture of risk management, insurance and risk management, we will discuss about the risk management strategies. So all the I have dictated in my earlier lectures also what is risk management and its plan and its process. So it is basically the same. Just to have a recap of that, the risk management is basically a process which follows with the planning first. Then we have to identify the risk. We have to assess the risk. We have to measure the risk. We have to make some strategies to deal with that risk, treat the risk, and we have to monitor the action plan, right? So here in the risk management strategies, I have shown you with the help of slides. So here all the risk management plans follow the same steps that combine to make up the overall risk management process. For example, that we have done in earlier, that what we have to do first is we have to plan. Planning means we have to establish the context. So establishing the context includes planning the remainder of the process and mapping out the scope of the exercise, the identity and objectives of the stakeholders, the basis upon which the risk will be evaluated, and defining a proper or appropriate framework for the process, and no doubt the agenda also for identification and analysis. So establishing the context criteria will be used to evaluate the risk, that should also be established, and the structure of the analysis should be defined. So here the next is to manage the risk strategies. Risk identification means the company has to identify and define what are or what would be their potential risks that may be negatively influence and give a deep impact to the company. We have to identify that what kind of risk could be there and how they could affect the company, like your every kind of environmental challenges, like operational, financial, legal, social, economic, political, climatical, environment. So risk identification basically requires the knowledge of the organization, right? It requires the knowledge of the organization within the market and outside the market in which it operates. So any failure at this stage to identify the risk may cause a major problem. So the next one is risk analysis. First we have to go for the analysis also. So once the type of risks which are identified, so they should be analyzed, or we can say they should be measured, they should be assessed properly, so that we can have a proper action plan, right? So in the next one I have written here, yes, in my next slide, risk assessment and evaluation means the risk is then further evaluated after determining the risk overall likelihood of the occurrence combined with its overall consequences. So the company can then, you can say, make decisions on whether the risk is acceptable or not, and whether is the company is willing to take it on the basis on its risk appetite, right? So next one is risk mitigation strategy. Risk mitigation means during this step the company has to assess their highest ranked risk which have generated the most, and the probability is higher to be occurred in the future also. And we have to develop a plan so that we can alleviate that risk by using some specific risk control strategies. So these plans basically include the risk mitigation process, risk prevention tactics or tantrums, or some of your contingency plans in the event of, you can say, the risk comes to fruition. The next one is risk monitoring. So no doubt we have to monitor and control, means monitoring and controlling risk during the project life cycle means we have to monitor all the action plans. Means part of the mitigation plan includes following up on both the sides of the risk and the overall plan to continuously monitor and track and new and existing risk. So the overall risk management process should also be reviewed and updated accordingly, right? And you can say the last one here is Communicate and consultation. So internal and external shareholders should be included in communication and consultation, so that each appropriate step regarding the risk management process in regards to the process as a whole, so we should be able to cope up with all the challenges, right? So here there are few risk management approaches, or you can say, to treat the risk there are few risk management strategies. So in this we have four strategies. First is risk avoidance strategy. Simply, risk avoidance means what we can do, at the most we can try to avoid the risk if it could be possible. So means what we can do, that risk can be avoided. If the risk can be avoided, for example, I have quoted in my earlier lecture that smoking is injurious to health. Everyone knows that. So avoidance kind of method could be adopted, because we know that the a very bad consequences could be arised due to smoke, like lung cancer and all that. So avoidance is the kind of method or kind of strategy for mitigating the risk. Means we by not participating in any kind of activities by which may incur which may incur you any kind of injury, any kind of sickness, or may cause death. So means simply what we can do, we can avoid that, right? Second is risk reduction. Reduction means what we can go for, that any kind of method regarding the risk management, we attempt to minimize the risk losses rather than completely eliminate it. So while accepting the risk, it stays focused on keeping the loss contained and preventing it from spreading. Means for example, like health insurance. By taking this, we can reduce our risk up to some extent. So we can say that companies are sometimes able to reduce amount of effective certain risks that may have on the company. So this can be achieved by adjusting certain aspects of an overall project plan or company process, or by reducing its scope, right? And the third one is risk sharing. So what the company can go for, they can share their risk. For example, by taking the health insurance plans, we can redistribute or we can share our risk from person to company. The risk means by taking the health insurance plans, our risk of being unhealthy, or some major incident could be arise in the future regarding our health. So I guess it can be shared from insured to insurer, from the person to company. So that kind of risk sharing strategies could be implied by the company, right? Then risk retaining. Retaining means sometimes companies decide a risk is worth it from a business standpoint, and decide to keep the risk and deal with any potential fallout. So companies will often retain a certain level of risk if a project's anticipated profit is greater, right? It's greater than the cost of the potential risk. So retention is means acknowledging and acceptance of a risk as given. Means usually this accepted risk is a cost to help offset larger risk down the road, such as opting to select a lower premium health insurance plan that carries a higher deductible rate. So this kind of, you can say, the initial risk is the cost of having to pay more out of pocket medical expenses if health issues arises. So this is means retention means it is acknowledgement, and we are accepting is that this kind of risk has to be generated, so we have to accept that, right? So that's all for the today's lecture. In today's lecture, we had discussed about the approaches and the risk, management strategies. So I hope you all have understood. Thank you so much.